Hello guys, Kitsune222 or Oppressment here. You can call me either of that, I don't... well, it doesn't matter. Yeah. First of all, voice reveal might sound a bit weird to you, maybe, I guess. But today, well, I'm playing Space Program and I'm showing you, well, the mod I'm currently making, the planet mod. It's currently called OPKNS, which stands for Oppressment's Kerbal New Star System. I know it has my name in it, so kind of narcissistic. I might change it later. And well, this is an development version. It's not a thing. It's not stuff to be added. I'm going to show you the things I already added. But be in early and something probably later. I'm gonna make a new save file quickly. Let's call it video. Just make it a save. So let's start. Loading screens. I like them. Yeah, Gene Kerman, I know that, so... well, this is the space center where it's currently at. There's a bit of water there, over there. And well, let's go to the tracking station and see the bodies of the system. So that's obviously an overrider. Let's zoom out and start from the center. First of all, this is the system currently, and well, yeah. And if you look at this, you can see that some of the planets are pretty far away. And that's because I'm gonna make the system real scale. So you know the mod real solar system where the, real solar system is in Kerbal Space Program. Well, it's sorta like that, but not the real solar system, obviously. And I thought I'm gonna do real scale because, well, yeah, normally Kerbal Space Program is about a tenth of real scale, but it makes it a bit more challenging, and well, yeah, I like it real scale more, to be honest. And I think you might even see those custom icons here for the planets. You know, the normal Kerbal Space Program has these monotonic, no-feature icons. I call it. Well, if you know a bit about KSP modding, you know that every planetary system you want to add needs this mod called Copernicus. Well, in my honest opinion, there's an underrated feature that Copernicus can do that's custom orbital icons. And well, those icons you see, I don't want to brag about myself, but they are from a mod I made called Orbit Icons Pack. And this mod is on the KSP forums. I'm gonna link it in the description so you can check it out. And it's basically a pretty small mod that adds a bunch of these custom icons for, well, other planet modders so that they can just add them if they want to. So yeah, it's one of these, I'd call it Copernicus add-ons that need Copernicus to work and make things for planet modders a bit easier. So yeah, but without further ado, let's jump straight into the middle. And this is Vuhranti. Well, Vuhranti is basically the sun of the system. And yeah, it's bigger than our sun, has a bit more mass. And yeah, I also gave it a bit custom info, custom mythology, you know. And basically, Vuhranti is a G-type main sequence star that serves as the system's light source. Named after the creation goddess Albainda's son, the ancient Kerbal god of light. Official designation in the Kerbal local star system catalog, KLSSC1. And this KLSSC, well, that's basically like the Messier catalog in real life, or something where the Kerbals catalog the different star systems. I might add the real solar system in the future as basically a separate star system a few light years away that you can travel to. But this, I don't know if I'm gonna do that, and yeah, so Vuhranti's definitions say are fine. I'm not gonna check Vuhranti's light output and such because, well, then I've got to recalculate all those atmospheres and that's a bit of a hassle, to be honest. So, then, first body, that's Ishret. Let's zoom in, and there it is. So, Ishret is not final, definitively, because I want this thing to have lava oceans. Yeah, this is basically gonna be like a pretty hot planet. It's already pretty hot, it's hotter than Venus, but I'm gonna make it hotter. And yeah, it's basically named after the goddess of beauty and love in this universe's Kerbal mythology, kinda like Venus is named after the Roman goddess of beauty. So yeah. And yeah, landing is suggested to be avoided according to the info there. So yeah, that's basically all about Ishret. It's gonna have a moon later. I have not made a moon yet, but it's gonna have a moon once I made the final version of Ishret. So then we have the system's home planet, Verlod. Well, this one isn't finished as well yet because all of these, yeah, that's not the ocean. That's not the ocean. I'm gonna redo the height map, color map, the oceans and such, but as you can see, I've also added a ring to this planet. Well, mainly because A, rings are cool, and B, I wanted to give the Homeworld a neat little ring. I think the ring looks fine, maybe I'm gonna make it a bit thicker and... well, the lore behind the ring is basically that a large asteroid got into the planet's Roche limit a few million years ago. If you don't know what the Roche limit is, it's basically... well, imagine the Earth spiral... the moon spiral down towards the Earth. And at a certain distance from the Earth, it's gonna get pulled apart by Earth's gravitational forces. So yeah, that's basically, that happened to an asteroid around this planet. A bit of it, well, maybe before the Kerbals existed, and that's why it has this dusty ring. It's not really like solid. I don't know if I can call it solid. I mean, rings are never solid, but it's more like this dark kind of ring that Uranus and Neptune have in real life. And so it has a moon, Yelern, and as you can see, Yelern is way closer to Verlod than our moon is to the Earth. And if we look at Verlod's properties first, well, the surface gravity is 8.3 Gs here. Yelern has almost 0.25 G, so about a third-ish. So a bit more than the moon has in real life, but not too much more. And well, first of all, Verlod's info is basically, it's named after the ancient creator god of Kerbal kind. And yeah, so Yelern. Yelern is after, well, it's named after the creation god's little sister. And here we see that it's pretty close to Verlod, and its size and gravity make it unique as it's also the largest moon in relation to its parent planet in that system, kind of like the Earth's moon is to Earth, if we don't count Pluto and Charon as a planet. So yeah, and if we zoom in, well, this is Yelern. I think Yelern is pretty final. Maybe I'm gonna change a few things here and there. These mountains look a bit janky, to be honest, so I might change those, but other than that, I'm pretty satisfied with how Yelern turned out. It looks kinda like our moon, but that's supposed to be like that because, well, yeah. So, and next we have Reatu. Now Reatu is named after the mythical first emperor of Kerbal, according to the info there. And it's the largest planet in the system. It's larger than Jupiter as well. Much larger, to be honest. It's a pretty big ball of gas. And as you can see, it has not only one ring system, but two. And in the second ring system, there's gonna be a moon later. One of the big moons. And yeah. What Reatu also does have currently right now is this moon, Elota. According to the info, it's named after Reatu's wives. And it's one of the big 5 moons of Reatu. Well, the big 5 of Reatu, they are basically like the Galilean moons are to Jupiter, like those very big moons. And Elota is, I don't know, I think it's kind of a Titan analog and a life analog, but it's frozen. Because as you can see, this is, yeah, surface made out of ice, and the mountains are also icy. And those dark round spots, those are basically like craters, because you know there are gonna be some craters. Like, the atmosphere is not that thick. It's 0.27 atmospheres, which is more than Mars, but not that much as Titan. And yeah. Like I said, it's pretty frozen here and pretty cold. Like, the atmosphere doesn't change too much about temperature. And that's about this planet. So next we have Sinoge, which is basically our Saturn and Uranus analog. Saturn because of its color, because it's more yellow, orangish in color, and Uranus because, well, it's supposed to be tilted. A bit more like Uranus is in real life. Sadly, KSP doesn't allow for this. Well, the entire system is angled to about 16.35 degrees so that it simulates an actual tilt, but yeah, this planet is actually tidally locked, so that it seems like it's tilted like a lot more. And the moon system is also gonna be very tilted, like 50, 60 degrees, maybe, I guess. Well, it doesn't have any moons yet, but it's gonna have a few moons later, like, I think 7 or 8 I wanted to add. Like, those are gonna be roughly in size with Saturn's moons like Rhea, Dione, or Uranus moons like Miranda and such. And yeah, little fun fact, according to the info that I added, the discoverer of this world thought it was an orange for 20 whole years. Until somebody said to him, oranges don't grow in space. Well, they don't. And that's the reason why it was named after the god of fruits. So yeah. I don't know if that's even funny. It's a bit... Well, they are Kerbals, like, this might happen. You know the planetary descriptions in the main game, like, Paul was thought to be a speck of dust on the lenses until somebody realized, wait, this is basically a moon of Jewel. And then we have Nejal. It's named after the god of shadows. And fun fact about this planet is its largest moon was actually discovered 5 days before the planet was discovered. And as you can see, color-wise, it's basically a Neptune analog. Well, not the real color of Neptune, because, fun fact, Neptune is actually more like Uranus colored. But most of the pictures you see online basically give Neptune this darker blue. Because, well, it makes the features more distinguishable, I think it was, that's why. So yeah, but I wanted to give it dark blue because... And Nejal also has a moon, actually, that's Trezag. It's named after his signature weapon, which is basically a trident. And yeah, Trezag orbits within a ring, and this ring is so far out that, yeah, from here you can't even see it, and you can see it orbits pretty far away. Well, it's basically a Triton analog as well, so basically a captured dwarf planet, and it's basically only one of 2 moons in the entire system, of the major moons at least. The other moon I haven't added yet, but it's basically gonna be one of the 2 major moons in the system, which aren't tidally locked to the planets. Like all major moons in the solar system, they are tidally locked to the planet, but Trezag isn't, because, I mean, 37 million kilometers should be enough of a distance. And as you can see, it doesn't have much craters, and it's also pretty icy. Well, you can really see that it's pretty icy because, well, it's pretty far away from Vuhranti. I mean, Nejal itself is... Hold on. Yeah, over 5 billion kilometers. This thing is, well, Pluto distance, so there's not much light reaching it. And yeah, it has a pretty big sphere of influence as well, but that's because it's so far away from Nejal, so yeah, you can put a geostationary relay link up around this moon, probably. So yeah. So these are the bodies I've currently added into the mod, and there's gonna be a lot more, like a bunch more. I think what I've added currently might be around 10 to 20% of the entire amount of bodies. Like, there's gonna be a few dwarf planets out here, a ton more planets in the inner system. Like, the gas giants, they are done. There are only 3 gas giants. That's permanent. I'm not gonna add more gas giants, but, well, in the inner system, well, it's gonna stay its size. But, like, there are gonna be 2 more planets here and 3 more planets here. Actually, like, Ishret is probably going to be a bit larger. Then there's basically a super Earth ocean world with only a few islands, with a swamp moon. I want to add a swamp moon around that. Then there's gonna be a planet which is basically like Siberia-esque, like it has more tundra and taiga because it's a bit further away. And then is a Mars-esque planet with, well, deserts, a ring system, 2 small moons, and a thin atmosphere. Then there's, well, the asteroid belt. I'm gonna add a dwarf planet in there, obviously. And yeah. So, now, before I end the video, first of all, I'm not gonna make this mod like beta testing. Because, well, there have been a few leaks recently in the KSP community with a few mods that I'm not gonna name. And yeah, leaking is not good. Do not leak things. If the developers want to take time to develop it and do a closed beta test, then please don't leak it if you are in this closed beta test. Because, well, it sucks. And other things, if somebody wonders if I'm gonna add visual enhancement mods into the planetary system, well, first of all, if environmental visual enhancements, that's gonna be done. Like, those planets with atmosphere and moons with atmosphere, they are going to get clouds, that's for sure. Scatterer and parallax and volumetric clouds, I don't know if I'm gonna do that, because honestly, my laptop probably would crash if I'm gonna do that. So yeah, if I have a good laptop later, maybe I'm going to do that. Because I'm going to get a new laptop in a few months probably, so I might do parallax and the other visual enhancement mods, but I'm not sure about them.